Welcome to Project Pack number 7, the first day. My name is Rick.
Hi, I'm Maria, and we're going to do a little cluster of bijous on gray tiles, these new gray tiles. We have a fun little project, and the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to set up the tiles so that we can put them together and they'll still match up, sort of like a puzzle. So the way I did this is I traced my bijou on here and on a scrap paper, and I put two little marks in the corner. And what we're going to do is now put the bijou back on there and mark them on two sides, two opposite sides. This is a great little trick you can do every once in a while if you're doing a puzzle.
So it makes like a symmetry.
Right. So they're approximately the same. So I do that on all four of my little bijou tiles. And then you can just push that paper away. We won't need that again.
So it's like 4 dots, but...
Yep, 4 dots on the edges. We already
4 dots on the edges.
We're not going to do a border. Here's our 4 dots on 4 tiles.
Yeah, I love the gray, and you can see the color of the gray, particularly when it's next to the white paper there.
Yeah. It's just enough so that it gives you the option of using white and the black. Awesome. Oh, one more.
Yeah, sometimes by itself you think, oh, it's just white paper, but when you put it next to white paper, it's like, it's such a beautiful color.
So this string we're going to do, it's sort of a string, but kind of...
well, it's like a mix of string and border, almost.
Yeah, sort of like that. Okay, so we have our tiles. We're going to take one here. And we're going to go right to our pen. And I think I'm using a pen.
Right, it's that blue-black.
Yeah. So we're going to, if you watch this, it's kind of a squiggly line. We're going to go from one of those little notches to the next one at the bottom. And we're going to create sort of like what would you call that?
I don't know. It's like a meandering river.
A meandering river that gets bulbous in the middle. So it doesn't matter what you do there, as long as you start and finish on one of those little notches that we put in. It's kind of a fun way to start a tile. I thought that we would start on this project pack with a little fun. So you can see I'm just, having my way with this.
So sometimes they overlap, sometimes they don't. Yeah, it very much is like if you dropped a string on a paper.
Right, really. Here we go. Okay, so now we're going to grab one of these and start our journey.
And here Maria is using the blue Micron 01.
01, yep. We're going to do a little spiral on each of the corners that don't have the notches. And we'll end up doing that on all 4 tiles. So a good size sort of a bijou in there. Yeah, it's kind of resting.
A little printemps settled in the corner.
Right.
Yeah, it could be a bijou. He's just looking out the other side.
He's just looking the other side.
Sleeping.
I wasn't sure about the gray. I really love it. Once I started doing some of the tiles, it was really just such a pleasure.
And it goes really nicely with the blue.
Yeah, we thought we'd do like a blue and gray theme on this, a little bit different than the browns. Okay, so you see I wasn't really too picky with these little printemps. And now we're going to start filling in the edges of these. So I'm going to first aura this that squiggly line with the blue Micron. So I'm still using that 01. And we're going to fill this area with Diva Dance. It's kind of a real lively Diva Dance. Not quite rock and roll, but give it some nice heavy, bold sections of blue that we can actually really see the blue.
And you'll notice she's using a rounding approach there, so she's finding the crevices on that first line, but then here, where there isn't a crevice, you can just add some Diva Dance. That's the whole magic.
And then another nice aura.
And you can see what she did there is that if as you're going along you wished it was filled in, well,
yeah, you can just put it in. There's no rules, whatever it takes. And this was Diva Dance is always a nice meditation. Right. You don't have to think about it too much. It kind of takes you into its own little journey. You never know where it's going to go.
Yet it retains its own inner structure there, using that aura. And you'll notice that Maria's keeping about the same gap, even though those solid ink spaces are just totally random and just all over the place. The aura gap is relatively consistent.
Yeah.
Gives a nice texture. And that just works right in there with the little bit of printemps. Just becomes part of that side.
So there we go. We've already done one side here, and we're going to do that on all four of the little Bijou tiles.
Right. So
one side is
just one on one side of each one, right? So aura is your friend. And aura also is a really nice tool for setting up a gap between elements. So there's that nice space there to give a little bit of separation.
And you could do a small section or a big section. Some tangles lend themselves to big sections, and some, not so much. But I think Diva Dance, you can kind of go crazy with it and do it in any size space.
Right.
I love it.
And it also fits in any shape space.
Do you know where it gets its name?
I do.
So I Am the Diva has her challenge, her weekly challenge for many years, and was it her 10th anniversary or 5th anniversary or something? I can't remember.
Or like so many hundred
something like
posts.
That.
Yeah.
We designed this tangle and named it after her in honor of her beautiful blog.
Yeah, I think it's I Am the Diva CZT at Blogspot. But if you search for it, you'll find it.
Yeah.
I Am the Diva. So you can see, even though those beginning shapes, that string border squiggle that went down was all different, the Diva Dance just works perfectly.
So now I'm going to go to the other side, and we're going to do a different tangle on that side. And I did the aura, and we're going to just put a little bit of weighting like we did on the Diva Dance, just to kind of announce this tangle.
So it's sort of like you're using that to frame the section.
Right. Don't jump ahead now. Watch what we do. Now we're going to go back to the
The PN.
PN, that blackish, bluish PN, and we're going to do these big tipple, like tangle, filling this pretty quickly.
So you can see what's going on there, the little interstices, if there's something that's big enough for a small tipple, just like
Yep.
soap suds.
Yep, soap suds. Check it out in your kitchen sink. Soap suds are wonderful, beautiful. It was the inspiration for
inspiration, yeah.
this. Yeah.
I don't know why we called it tipple, but
I have no idea, but I've since learned that tipple has a different meaning
it has
in UK.
multiple meanings. Oh, right.
So we're going to go and do this on the other side of each of the tiles. And just having fun with this. I have to warn you guys that I do things fairly quickly only because I do everything really quickly, so I apologize. I try to slow down
And
darn.
you'll also see that some of them, go under the edge or go over the edge.
So now I have my pencil and my graphite pencil, and I'm going to go work on the inside space. We're not going to put a tangle in there. We're just going to put some pretty heavy graphite and give it a look as opposed to a tangle. And it'll balance off the busyness of the rest of it.
And I say this every time, but just to remind people, if you're seeing this for the first time, she's holding it at a very low angle, and the point is going toward the part that she wants the most precise. And now you can see why that initial aura helps, separate the spaces.
Mm-hmm. It gives it some structure, and it just looks nice.
Well, it's some nice contrast.
Yeah. So take your time on this part because you don't really want to go beyond that inside line there. You just want to make sure you keep the pencil on the inside there. So I'm going to go back with my tortillon and pull it towards the middle. But if you can resist, bring it all the way to the middle. You want some of that gray to show in the middle. So watch what I do before you pick up your tortillon.
And this paper is wonderful to shade. It just grabs onto the graphite and you can really, really work it.
Right.
Yeah, so the whole point of shading is the impact that works if there's part that isn't shaded.
Right. In order to have dark, you have to have light.
Right. It's a whole contrast.
So you can see now it sort of has a look. So it almost makes the tangles come forward, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it really looks multidimensional now.
I know.
So Maria's using the Gellyroll gold.
The gold, which looks really nice on the gray. And I'm going around and round, and I'm sort of leaving a little blip in the middle, for an
Blip,
accent.
huh?
A blip? What would you call it? So go around and around, and it's making these sort of gold pearls, gold beads.
Yeah, I love this pen because the gold comes out like this. You can like push it around like
Yeah, a little
frosting
bit,
once
yeah.
it comes out. It doesn't immediately soak into the paper. Which also means you want to be careful when you're moving your tile to be sure it's dry because it stays wet for a while.
Mm-hmm. Always be aware of that. You can see I'm careful about where I'm putting my fingers to hold the tile down. Okay, so we're going to do this on all 4 tiles. So now I'm going in with my white jelly roll, and I can see I can
So
cleaning it off.
once you get it started, if just wipe off the edges, and then it just starts pouring out. But
Yeah.
a light touch.
Light touch, and I'm putting some perfs down on top of the pencil, on top of the graphite. So you can see I'm going around, I think 3 times to get that dot. And I also was varying the sizes a little bit at a time, just to give it a little bit of character. And I'm going back in where where I left those dots too, on the gold, and adding the white.
And even if you didn't leave a space, this
Okay.
will go over the white, over the gold.
So now I'm going to take this really pretty charcoal pencil, this bluish, and we're going to add more blue to the Diva Dance.
It's really
Pretty,
nice.
the charcoal pencil is
Yeah.
fun to work with. Again, we're going to do that to all of them.
And again, she's holding it on the side low, so she's using the end of the side of the pencil.
Yeah, and this is a charcoal pencil we're using, so you could also, if you're following along with anything else, you could use a watercolor pencil, which would be fine. You can still push that around. But these chalk pencils from General Pencil are really nice.
Looks like a contour map,
I know, huh?
right?
It does.
Next to a river,
Yep. We should do a map.
right? That would be fun.
These are coming right along. Love it.
And it really makes a difference, even though it's not an in-your-face difference, adding just that light bit of blue charcoal.
So I'm going to just buff it up a little bit so that you don't push it onto other places. You want to get some of the excess off, and that's what this tortillon does.
And we gave you 3 tortillons, so you can, maybe one will be blue for a while, and one will be for the white, and one will be for the charcoal, but eventually they're all for the graphite.
So now here comes the fun part. Look how beautiful they are. They're like jewels, right? How
So this is
fun
a cool,
that?
yeah, this is
How
awesome.
fun is that? Look at that. That was so easy, too. And there's more. Wait. How cool. So,
Because we did those little match-up things, look at this. You can
So
put it
there's
together
another
that
one.
way.
that way. How fun.
Or
That's right.
this is too cool. So you just have all these little options here.
How fun is that? So you have your very own mosaic right there.
That you can put together in different ways.
How pretty.
Very sweet.
So this is a great thing to do with your classes, too, even if everybody's just doing one.
Right? Right, so all different, you can do that in all different ways. I love that. You're having a good time with this.
I know. I had done a whole nother set before I did these, and I think I brought some of those in, too.
Yeah, I think that's it, right.
Yeah.
Different options, right?
Yeah.
So there's a line instead of the dots.
Yeah. Look at those little hatchings. They're like little lacy pieces. Fun stuff.
So thank you for joining with this series, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye now.